I've never played League of Legends, and though I have been curious about it, many of my friends who do play tell me that it's likely better for my mental health if I never pick up the game at all. So when I saw Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story, I wondered, is this a game you can enjoy if you've never played League of Legends? And the answer is, it's complicated. Song of Nunu is a light-hearted story of friendship, magic, and adventure. Nunu, a young Notai boy in search of his mother, and Willump, the last of a powerful race of Yetis, set off together in search of a magical artifact to help them save their home. The game is definitely geared towards a younger audience, and in many ways it feels like a Nick Jr. version of 2018's God of War, a naive child traveling around a magical frozen mountain with a big tough guy who has trouble communicating his thoughts and emotions. Boy. The story remains fairly shallow and never digs too deeply into any of its own themes. It also leans heavily into the camp of tell, don't show, with much of its exposition and world building spoon-fed to you through Nunu's monologues about the world around him.
That has to be it! The winged mountain!
The game doesn't really expect you to ask too many questions about what you're encountering, but if you do want to know more, there's a guidebook you can check at any time with information on the Freljord and its inhabitants. The gameplay is reminiscent of PS1-era platformers like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, and really activated some nostalgic serotonin in my brain. You'll spend a lot of your time completing platforming sections and solving simple puzzles. While the puzzles were never particularly difficult, they did a great job of varying them throughout the game so they never felt too stale. There are also a handful of combat sections which do get a little repetitive, as they mostly boil down to hitting the enemy enough times to trigger a finisher. There were multiple finisher animations though, which really help make it feel like you're doing a lot more in the combat than you really are. The gameplay and story never fully got their hooks in me as an older player, but I was constantly compelled by the game's art direction. There are tons of beautiful and vibrant settings to explore with some really cool set pieces throughout. Music also plays a big part in the game, as Nunu wields a magic flute called the Spellsonger, which allows him to interact with the world in different ways, like opening doors and enchanting creatures. The whole game is filled with a gorgeous cinematic soundtrack that was easily my favorite part of the whole experience. Overall, fans of League of Legends will really enjoy the tie-in with iconic characters from the series and nods to the rest of the world like the adorable Poros. For folks less familiar with the world of Runeterra, Song of Nunu will likely be a mixed bag. The game is clearly intended for a younger audience, and I could really imagine myself enjoying this if I was about 15 to 20 years younger than I am. Don't guess my age. For the adult crowd, if you're looking for a worthwhile challenge or a deep and gripping narrative, you'll likely be disappointed. However, if you want an artistically beautiful and straightforward experience that never asks you to think too hard, then Song of Nunu might be the right tune for you.